Welcome to the Mod 12 Part 1 notes. This is sampling distributions of sample means. And it takes a minute to wrap your head around what a sampling distribution is. There is a link for an animation that will help, and I will walk through that a little on the next page. Okay. So a sampling distribution, top one, a probability distribution for all possible values of the statistic computed for a sample of size n. So here's what this looks like. Suppose I have a population of 100 things, 100 people, 100 bottles of water, whatever. If I take a sample of 5, a random sample, throw that back in, and take another random sample of 5, I'm going to do that until I have every single possible sample of size 5. So I'm going to take item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, all of those with the same first, and then other things are going to change. 1, 2, 3, 1, 5. The thing is, it's a random sample, so some things can happen more than once. Okay. The sampling distribution of the sample mean means that when we take those random samples of size 5, we are calculating the mean for that sample. And then we are creating a distribution, a graph, a dot plot, however you want to think about it, of all those means. Okay, so the distribution of the sample mean is the graph plot, if you want to think of it that way, of all the means for samples of a given size Maisie. And that size is n. Okay. So our notation here when we are talking about a population, our mean is mu, our standard deviation is sigma. When we are talking about a sample, that statistic is x bar, and the standard deviation is s. So real quick here, example 1, we have a question that says find the probability that a randomly selected student was older than 18. We're talking about our probability notation and the standard deviation. So if we want a randomly selected student, just one individual student, it's not going to be A because Z is the Z-score. Tells us where that value lies on our distribution. B, I've got X is greater than 18. Well, that's talking about an individual. C, X bar is greater than 18. That is talking about the mean for a sample. So it's definitely B here. X bar is the mean of a sample. As far as the standard deviation, we're going to choose D, just sigma. That's what we've been using. E should look somewhat familiar. I mean, you recognize the symbols, but that is not anything that we have used yet.